Greetings everybody, we are going to be here in game number 3 of the semifinals of the Canadian Starcraft League. This is going to be a great game number 3. It is vVvHasuu, the Protoss in the top right, going up against tQWannaBe, the Terran in the bottom left. This should be a great match. Right now, I do want to say that Wannabe is actually up 2-0 to Hasuu, and Hasuu is going to be feeling very pressured right now. This is a hard situation to be in. Losing game 1 in best of 5 is not a huge deal, but losing 2 in a row to have a 0-2 deficit to try and overcome, this is a bad spot for Hasuu to be in. He is a very strong player. He's part of vVv Gaming, which is an incredibly powerful team, and interestingly enough, I do want to actually send out just a brief shout out, you want to call it, to actually Spectral X, one of vVv's members. He's actually a quadriplegic gamer who plays StarCraft 2, so it's great that vVv picked him up, showing some support, and he's actually a very skilled player for how little he's able to do in terms of actions, because he has to basically use controls that nobody else would ever choose to use in order to really play the game. So that is just awesome. Thank you to vVv for being just great people along that line. Now, I'm very curious of the strategy that these guys are doing. They both did similar builds to their first and second games, except for the fact that the only similarity for Wannabe was that he went for no gas in both games as his opener. But really, Hasuu is going to be in a hard spot to come back. He might go ahead and choose to deviate from his 3-gate robo opener, but the fact that he's done it in both games and he lost them is really worrisome. It seems that it's Hasuu's normal start in a PvT, and it's a lot of people's normal start in a PvT, but it just has not paid off. He tried to utilize it for a warp prism drop in the first game, but that got shut down. And then he tried to use it just for normal gameplay, it seemed, in the second game, and Wannabe just hit him hard with a 7 racks, no gas, marine pressure that just beat out Hasuu. And Hasuu even got lost with getting out the perfect unit to try and deal with it. He just took too much damage before the Colossus came out in order to be able to utilize it effectively. But now we're having Wannabe. He does have a gas down. He's getting a second barracks. So this is looking to be a much more normal game. Hasuu could easily be seen this feel more comfortable than the first 2 games that weren't more conventional games. So it'll be great to see how this is actually going to go ahead and turn out. In the fact that Hasuu, what are you going to be thinking? What are you going to be doing? How are you going to be approaching this game? We're seeing the Cybernetic score coming out, second gas going down. We'll see if he's going to go ahead and get the Warp Gate, which he is, whether he's going to get the Stalker, which he is. So it is the exact same identical opener for what he's been doing, and it'll be great to see how he's going to be. This is going to be for Colossus, Immortals, just Observers, where he's going to try and get Templar. I'm really looking forward to this game. Immediately we're seeing Wannabe going to go ahead and wall off with supply depots and a bunker to complete the wall off, and he's got a Tech Lab on the way and a factory, so we could be seeing a 1-1-1 opener from Wannabe. He does have the second gas. Guys are up. It could be a Banshee build. It could be Tank Marine. There are so many possibilities. He does have a Marauder on the way. I'm definitely going to be expecting Wannabe to play this game differently from the first 2 games, as his first 2 games were slightly unconventional. I've seen a lot of TVTs open with a no-gas expansion, but it seems that it can be risky in other matchups, especially in TVP, where you could have a very strong 4-gate, 3-gate, like a Hawk type of 3-gate, where you force field around the bunkers to kill them off, and you hit with a lot of Zealots, Stalkers, and Sentries, just to basically overrun your opponent and make sure that the bunkers cannot be repaired. So we're going to watch to see if that's going to be the case in this game, as Hasuu does actually have his Robo going down, so it's not going to be the case in this game. But again, it's the exact same opener from Hasuu. How is it going to actually be able to utilize this effectively compared to last games? Now we are seeing a Banshee opener, as this starport is floating off of the Tech Lab. This Marauder does not have concussive shells. It was just gotten out just basically have the DPS against Stalkers, and we're actually going to be able to utilize that to kill off a probe. What did the probe actually see? Just looking over here at the base of Wannabe, it could have seen the actually, he didn't see anything, as that was actually the barracks that was building originally. So no new information for Hasuu, unfortunately. Again, he's going to be playing blind. Wannabe does have 2 Marines and a Marauder inside this bunker, which is a very strong defensive position to be in. Now, with this Banshee coming out with Cloak, there could be a lot of damage done to Hasuu, but he does have the Robo out. He's getting an Observer, but will he get a second Observer after this initial one, if this one does get sent to the base of WannaBe? WannaBe is going to go ahead and expand behind this Cloaked Banshee, which is a very, very, very strong move. Very logical style of play, and I'm happy to see him employing this. So this Observer is now on the field, going to go ahead and run around. Back here, we are seeing a second Observer was made, so Hasuu, assuming he gets a few Stalkers out, will be able to defend against the Cloaked Banshees without too much difficulty, assuming he's in the right position. It helps that he is only on one base right now, so he doesn't have to worry about defending both mineral lines, but he is about to get up this expansion, and that is going to mean that he needs to be able to defend it accordingly. So here we have this second Observer sticking in the base, which is definitely the way to do it. What is WannaBe going to be doing? When he's going to be hitting with the Banshees is another question. This Observer could be seeing that these dots are happening on the tech lab, which is indicative of a research actually being about to complete. We're seeing that it's about to complete. But now Cloak is out. Hasuu should realize that that was the only logical thing that could be researched. And now we're going to see the first Banshee hitting. So to get one kill, will it get another one? Yes. And where are the Stalkers? Two Stalkers and Sentries are running in. And it looks like WannaBe's going to try and run away from the Observer, but this Banshee could easily go down. There are a lot of Stalkers and Sentries, but they're getting clogged up with the building, so Hasuu is actually not going to be able to take out this Banshee initially. Where is the other one? They're actually going to join forces. We do see the first one uncloak. These guys have similar energies on each other with 47 and 41, so they could actually time it effectively so they can still continue to harass. Now Hasu's probe is in there. We're seeing a Forge going down, double Forge, so Hasu's going to get double upgrades for his units. That is going to be very strong, especially armor upgrade for Zealots is great at tanking damage from Marines and Marauders, especially when combined with the Guardian Shield of the Sentries. So this is going to be a very, very strong and powerful armor from Hasu that's going to be a little bit smaller than if he decided not to go for the upgrades. But here you have the Banshees once again doing a lot of damage. It's going to snipe off one more, and will that front Banshee get taken out? No. So WannaBe escapes both of his Banshees intact. 8 kills between the both. We can see that they were actually 10 worker kills from WannaBe, so he's definitely strong. We actually have the Observer following the Banshees. Alright, so running around here, we're going to see another worker get taken out, but there's no concussive shells, but actually didn't run away. So the Orbital Command is going to go ahead and actually land at the natural expansion. Hasu's expansion is up of his own, so these guys are equal in expansions. We are seeing the double upgrades, both of them getting chrono boosted out. Will Hasu get up a Twilight Council or the like to try and increase the amount of tech that he has, or is he going to feel that he has been kind of forced to go for a little bit of a skimpier style of play because he did take economic damage? Now, Cloak Banshees are incredibly expensive, so WannaBe could actually be a little bit farther behind himself, but if you look at the unit counting station, the probe count and SCV count is almost identical, 33 and 32, which is great for WannaBe and it's bad for Hasu. Terran does have mules, while Hasu's going to need to actually start chrono boosting out his probes to try and get his income up to where it would really like to be. We do have more gateways going down, Twilight Council going down, so we will have this second set of upgrades up in time because of the fact that Twilight Council will be completed for those research. He could be going for an attack similar to Liquid Tyler, who does a lot of just timing pushes against Terran with upgraded, with very strongly upgraded gateway units and a few Colossus to support. He's got a Raven out, so no DT shenanigans will be able to work against him, as WannaBe is really looking to be very, very stable. You can see that his worker count actually has not increased, but he is starting to actually produce them once again. Looks like he wanted to just get out some more buildings. He does have research of his own happening, the +1/+1 for his infantry units, and we're seeing some more harassment from the Banshees. Looks like the first one that had 8 kills did get taken out. Probably not able to do much of any damage, as these guys seem to have been thwarted. You can see that the worker kill count has not increased that much, but 13 kills against workers for WannaBe is definitely a very great move. And now Factory is going to be here scouting for the third base, but Hasu is beginning to really look to be in a better, stronger position as the game progresses. He's behind the food count, but not by much. It's 79 to 89. Upgrades are going to make his units just more powerful, which is going to be great. The question is if WannaBe is going to be able to get enough upgrades of his own to really actually go against it. Looks like this Observer is going to fall to all these Marines with a Raven to actually spy, so there it goes. Hasu now does not see much of the map except for this one Stalker at the Watchtower, which could easily get killed. Looks like WannaBe actually wants to take the gold base, so he's being pretty passive, excluding the Banshee harassment, which is really strong. strong, to basically allow him to macro up while just starting around and seeing a good bit of vision of what's happening in the bases of Hasuu. So he does see the double upgrades. He actually knows that it's being chrono boosted out. This Banshee is still seeing this, so he does know that very, very strong upgrades will be out for the army. He might actually want to hit before the upgrades take place and actually increase the effectiveness of the units from Hasuu. So Zealot count is also beginning to increase. It looks like Stalkers and Zealots are really going to be the main bulk of the army from Hasuu. Looking around, looks like the first Colossus has now popped. Yep, only one Colossus out for Hasuu. He does have the Thermal Lance. Actually, does not have it. I just did some research and assumed that, but we're seeing good force fields.